First person hop on, I'll go ahead and start. Whoever that is, comment. I'll go ahead and start though. I want to talk about Tiffany Stratton needs to retain against Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania 41. Whoever that is, comment so I know who you are. What's going on, Natalie? What's going on? What's going on? And I want to talk about Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair. Well, I want to talk about Tiffany Stratton needs to retain against Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania 41. Yeah, we need to talk about that because I keep hearing a lot of people say that Charlotte Flair needs to retain. I mean, Charlotte Flair needs to win the title from Tiffany Stratton at WrestleMania 41. And I'm here to say that hell no. Hell no. Because here's the thing. For one, I'm a massive fan of Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton is one of my top favorite female wrestlers, just like Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan, Natalia, and Trish Stratus. She's right up there with those four. So with that being said, I definitely don't want to see her lose the title to Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania, being that I can't stand Charlotte Flair with a passion. So I've been hearing people say that Charlotte Flair needs to win the title at WrestleMania from Tiffany Stratton because Tiffany Stratton is not ready. Bullshit. I call bullshit on that. Tiffany Stratton was a great NXT Women's Champion, although she didn't keep the title but 100 days, but at least she got to 100 days. But Tiffany Stratton was a great NXT Women's Champion. She made that NXT Women's Championship very prestigious. So how the fuck is she not ready to be, you know what I'm saying, Women's World Champion on you know what I'm saying, the main roster? Stop. Stop. Cut it out like a damn coupon. Cut it out like a coupon. Tiffany Stratton is a great Women's World Champion. So she definitely needs to retain against Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania 41. People saying she's not ready, this and that, the third. The last thing I want to see is Tiffany Stratton get buried at WrestleMania 41 by Charlotte Flair. Because Charlotte Flair is one of the most privileged female. Charlotte Flair is one of the most privileged wrestler in the women's division today. That's a whole fact. She's handed every opportunity, whether she deserved it or not. I mean, think about every person that Charlotte has feud with for a title. And let's say they won the title from Charlotte. Let's say they won a title from Charlotte like Sasha Banks did, like Becky Lynch did. Yeah, so let's like Charlotte Flair is one of the most privileged wrestler in the Charlotte Flair is one of the most privileged wrestler in the women's division today. So with that being said, you know what I'm saying, think about every person that Charlotte has been in the feud with for a title. She's always won the title or won it back. You know what I'm saying? Like think about every feud that Charlotte Flair has been in with for a title. Even if they beat her for the title. Like Becky Lynch dethroned her for the title at Hell in a Cell 7 years ago. Sasha Banks beat Charlotte Flair for the title. So with that being said, she won the title back from both of them. Just like I said, think about every feud that Charlotte Flair has been with, you know what I'm saying, with someone for the you know what I'm saying, women's world title. Even if they won the title from Charlotte, like Becky Lynch beat Charlotte for the SmackDown Women's Championship at Hell in a Cell. Sasha Banks beat Charlotte Flair for the Raw Women's Championship. And what happened at the end? She won it right back. Hell, she played hot potato with Sasha Banks for the Raw Women's Championship. Sasha Banks won it. She won it back. Sasha Banks won it back. Charlotte Flair wins it back at the end and moves on. Look how they did it with Asuka. Asuka should have gotten her WrestleMania moment at WrestleMania 34. But what the hell happened? Charlotte Flair breaks Asuka's streak, and she retains the SmackDown Women's Championship at WrestleMania 41. That was complete bullshit. I was pissed. I was pissed off. That should have been Asuka's moment. Like WrestleMania 35. Becky Lynch eliminated Charlotte Flair on one good leg. And what the hell happened at the end? Vince McMahon added Charlotte Flair to the match anyway with Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch when it should have just been Ronda Rousey versus Becky. But no, Charlotte Flair just had to get added to the match just because. So that says it all right there. So Tiffany Stratton definitely needs to retain against Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania 41. If Tiffany Stratton loses that title to Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania 41, that proves my point once again. If Tiffany Stratton lose that title to Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania 41, that just proves my point once again about Charlotte Flair. That just proves my point once again. But when people like me tell the truth about Charlotte, people want to say I'm hating on her. She can't help the way she's booked, this and that and the third, whoop-de-whoop. Okay, that I can understand. I know she can't help the way she's booked. But does that mean she has to get shoved down our throats as Women's World Champion 24/7? Hell no. Because it's not fair to the other female wrestlers that deserve the spotlight as Women's World Champion that bust their ass day in and day out to earn an opportunity. So Tiffany Stratton needs to retain against Charlotte at WrestleMania 41. If Charlotte Flair don't put her over, that just says it all about how much of a selfish prick she is. And it proves my point once again. Now it's looking like Tiffany Stratton is going to retain, but part of me saying I don't know. Part of me saying I don't know about that shit, man. I don't know about that shit. I mean, you know how WWE operates with Charlotte Flair. You know how WWE operates with Ric Flair Jr. You know this. So I can only want her to retain. But this needs to be called out. I need to do a live video about this because Tiffany Stratton needs to retain. All this shit about Tiffany Stratton is not ready, this and that and the third. Miss me with that shit. Because if Tiffany not only is going to prove my point that Charlotte Flair is a privileged wrestler and she don't want to put people over like that, Tiffany Stratton also gets buried at WrestleMania 41. She also gets buried. So what makes people think I would want to see that, me being a massive Tiffany Stratton fan? Why would I want to see her get buried? And I see other people coming up with solutions that Tiffany Stratton can go after the Women's United States Championship and they can build her up. Or come on, man, miss me with that shit. Stop with the stupid shit. No, her time is now. Tiffany Stratton needs to retain at WrestleMania to solidify her legacy. And she surpassed Charlotte. Tiffany Stratton is a hot young talent right now. Tiffany Stratton is a hot young talent. And not seeing people say that the second promo that the second segment promo that Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair had when they was in the ring, they said it was off, it was garbage. Tiffany Stratton fucking cooked Charlotte Flair in that promo segment. Tiffany Stratton cooked Charlotte Flair so damn bad that Charlotte Flair got overbooed by the crowd. So Charlotte Flair didn't have a comeback for Charlotte. Charlotte Flair didn't have a comeback for Tiffany Stratton, and then she inserted her boyfriend into it. Some people say it got off script, but overall, Tiffany Stratton cooked Charlotte Flair. Tiffany Stratton cooked Charlotte Flair in their second segment promo. She cooked her. She cooked her. I know everybody gonna have their own opinion and say that the segment was off of this and the third. No, in my fucking book, Tiffany Stratton cooked Charlotte Flair. Because Charlotte Flair got overbooed by the crowd. She couldn't get a damn word in after Tiffany Stratton went in on her and cooked her. She couldn't get a word in after Tiffany Stratton cooked her. Tiffany Stratton dropped bombs. She dropped bombs on her. She cooked her. Now the first segment, the first segment promo they had, yeah, Charlotte Flair definitely cooked Tiffany Stratton. She cooked her. Tiffany Stratton couldn't even get a word in because Charlotte Flair wouldn't let her. But this time, Tiffany Stratton, she went in. She didn't care. She went in. The promo she did about Charlotte Flair was pretty solid. But the second promo they had face-to-face in the ring, Tiffany Stratton cooked her. Tiffany Stratton cooked her. Filet mignon. She cooked her. So my whole thing is, fans don't want to give her that. People talking about what did Tiffany Stratton say that, you know what I'm saying? That's not true about Charlotte Flair. But no, what she said was she said her mouth damn full for the crowd to overboo Charlotte. But like I said, people don't want to give her that credit. And when people like me that's not a fan of Charlotte Flair, but tell the truth about Charlotte Flair, how privileged she is and all that, I'm hating on her. They say I hate greatness. Did I once say that Charlotte Flair couldn't wrestle? Absolutely not. Can Charlotte Flair wrestle? Yes, absolutely. She delivers in the ring every time. I give her that. And the excuse that a lot of wrestling fans would say, she gets, you know what I'm saying, she gets opportunity after opportunity and get all the title opportunity because she's a great wrestler. Okay, there are plenty of great female wrestlers on what I'm saying, the women's division besides her. She's not the best wrestler in the women's division. So what makes her so damn special? What makes her so fucking, you know what I'm saying, special? What makes her so special? What, because she's Ric Flair's daughter, I guess? What, because she's Ric Flair's daughter? Pretty much. Pretty much. Pretty much. I guess that about sums it up. Because she's Ric Flair's daughter. Hell no, it don't work that way. There are plenty of great female wrestlers besides Charlotte in WWE. Some that's better than her. You know, so like I said, that's how it be, man. It be a lot of favoritism shit going on. So like I said, Tiffany Stratton better retain. If she don't retain, Tiffany Stratton gets buried. She gets buried and go back to the mid-card stage. Because Charlotte Flair wants to be wants to be a selfish prick like Mercedes Moné. Mercedes Moné is another one. That's why I hear a lot of female wrestlers don't like working with her, because she don't want to put nobody over. She wants to hog all the damn titles. And I said this before, and now I'll say it again. When it comes down to, you know what I'm saying, Toni Storm and Mercedes Moné in a feud for the AEW Women's Championship, and they wrestle forward at you know what I'm saying, a pay-per-view match, I hope Toni Storm retains. I hope Toni Storm retains. I hope she retains. Please, Toni Storm, please don't put Mercedes Moné over. Please do not put her over. Do not put her ass over. Do not put her over. Keep the title. Give her a taste of her own medicine. Just like Mercedes, she's going to be wrestling Athena. Do people think she's going to put her over? Either Mercedes Moné is going to win, or the match is going to go to a no contest. Either Mercedes Moné is going to win, or the match is going to go to a no contest. That's what it's going to go to. Like, no winner is declared. Either Mercedes Moné is going to win, or the match is going to go to, you know what I'm saying, no winner declared. It's going to go to a no contest, but no winner declared. That's probably how it's going to get swept out. That's how I see it ending. Because we all know how much of a selfish prick Mercedes Moné is. And so is Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair puts somebody over every now, but like I said, please believe she's gonna win that damn title back. That's the favor Charlotte Flair do. She'll put you over. She'll put you over sometime, but best believe you ain't moving on with that damn title. Not if it's Charlotte Flair. You ain't moving on. You ain't moving on, damn it. She's gonna win it back. It's okay. I'll let you go ahead and get your feet wet a little bit. I'll go ahead and let you win the title, but just know I'm winning it back. I'm winning it back. And I'm moving on. So best believe this. If Tiffany Stratton retains that Charlotte Flair, I'm not about to blink a damn eye and say Tiffany Stratton is going to move on. Because 9 out of 10, Charlotte Flair is going to want to win it from her. We all know how WWE operates with Charlotte Flair, man. This is nothing new. And this is who Rhea Ripley has become. She has become a Charlotte Flair 2.0. Look how the fuck they did Liv Morgan with Rhea Ripley. Liv Morgan shouldn't have lost that damn feud. And I get it. People could say Rhea Ripley never lost that title. But didn't Rhea Ripley brutally injure Liv Morgan's shoulder and put her right in in-ring action for almost the whole year? And she also caused her and Raquel Rodriguez the Women's Tag Team Championships, and they never won them back. And Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley broke Liv Morgan's shoulder and put her right in in-ring action for almost the whole damn year. So when Liv Morgan came back to return the favor, Rhea Ripley got every damn thing that she deserved. She also injured Raquel's leg and put her right in in-ring action, and like I said, caused her and Liv Morgan both the Women's Tag Team Championships, and they lost them to Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. Rhea Ripley was the cause of that shit. Then broke Liv Morgan's shoulder, put her right in in-ring action for almost a whole year. So Liv Morgan came back, you know what I'm saying? Rhea Ripley got everything she deserved. Liv Morgan came back to return the favor. So she did something 10 times worse to Liv Morgan. So she returned the favor and, you know what I'm saying, brutally attacked Liv Morgan. I mean, she returned the favor, brutally attacked Rhea Ripley and injured Rhea Ripley's shoulder and caused her to relinquish the Women's World Championship. That was sweet revenge right there. They definitely should have been even. Despite Rhea never lost the title. But then she calls, you know what I'm saying, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez their women's tag team championships. Hell yeah. And she broke Liv Morgan's shoulder up right in in-ring action for almost a whole year and injured Raquel's leg. And she was out for a year and some change. So Rhea Ripley got every damn thing that she deserved. She calls Liv Morgan and she calls Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez the women's tag team championships, and you know what I'm saying, they lost them to Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville. Then she injured Raquel's leg and broke Liv Morgan's shoulder and put her out of in-ring action for almost a whole year. So when Liv Morgan came back to return the favor, Rhea Ripley got everything she deserved. Rhea Ripley got everything she deserved. She had all of that coming. So Liv Morgan came to return the favor. She did something 10 times worse to her. She did something 10 times worse to her. She brutally attacked her, injured her shoulder, and you know what I'm saying, and she was forced to relinquish the women's championship. That was a great, you know what I'm saying? That didn't, you know what I'm saying? She, you know what I'm saying? The sweet revenge. But Triple H let this feud go on for a long time instead of letting Liv Morgan move on as the women's world champion and make new feud for the female wrestling. Still should be the women's world champion right now as I speak. Hell, a double champion. And now we got Rhea Ripley out here being a whiny ass crybaby. And wrestling fans want to ignore the obvious because of a bunch of simps. If Morgan moved on, she moved on, and now if Morgan moved on, although she shouldn't have lost that feud and that title to Rhea Ripley, but Liv Morgan, you know what I'm saying? Liv Morgan was a sport about it, and she moved on. Meanwhile, Rhea Ripley being you know what I'm saying, whiny ass robotic crybaby, and you know what I'm saying, whining her way into a match that had absolutely nothing to do with her. She's able to sign a damn contract and not even in the match, and gets added to the match. Ain't that some shit? That's why the fuck. Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark called that shit out. When did that shit become a thing? That's some shit Charlotte Flair would have did. I'm pretty sure that's something Charlotte Flair possibly would have did. That's why I say Rhea Ripley is the new Charlotte Flair 2.0. It's okay. Because every time I see the fuck shit, I call it out. Like Bianca Belair. I'm not a fan of Bianca Belair, but I have a tremendous amount of respect for Bianca Belair. I speak very, you know what I'm saying, highly of her. And the fact of the matter is, these wrestling fans have turned on Bianca Belair. Ain't that some shit? These wrestling fans turn. Well, I know they're in Europe, and I say how the wrestling fans in Europe get down. But I don't even think that's the case. I just think these wrestling fans just turned on Bianca altogether. Because how in any type of way or form, Bianca Belair is the villain in this, but the wrestling fans turned on her. See, right there, that just proves my point about a lot of these wrestling fans are very shallow. They're very shallow and don't know what they want no more. They don't know what they want. Before that, a lot of wrestling fans was you know what I'm saying, behind Bianca Belair. A lot of these wrestling fans was strongly behind Bianca Belair. Now they turn on her. But how is Bianca Belair is the villain in this? Like she said, she's done everything right. rightfully earned her title, earned her opportunity. You know what I'm saying? She won the Women's Elimination Chamber and earned her opportunity. She earned her ticket to WrestleMania. Bianca Belair, you know what I'm saying? Bianca Belair won the Women's Elimination Chamber and rightfully earned her ticket to WrestleMania 41. But meanwhile, Rhea Ripley gets added to the damn match just because, but they want to boo Bianca. You know what I'm saying? They want to boo Bianca and ignore the obvious. Rhea Ripley is technically the heel. Rhea Ripley is the heel in this. She's the heel. Io done fucking added Io to the match, and she's gonna take the pinfall from Bianca at WrestleMania 41. And if she take the pinfall from Bianca, if she take the pinfall from Rhea Ripley, and Rhea Ripley wins the title, I'ma just shake my damn head. And it's gonna prove my point once again that Rhea Ripley is a Charlotte Flair 2.0. That's all it's gonna prove. Because what has Bianca done wrong in this segment? She's done everything right. What has Bianca done wrong in this segment? What has she done wrong? Like she said, she's done everything right. Won the Women's Elimination Chamber, although I didn't want her to win it. I wanted Alexa Bliss or Liv Morgan to win. Don't get me wrong, Alexa Bliss and Liv Morgan are my top two favorite female wrestlers. I like both of them equally. But I did more so want Alexa Bliss to win the Women's Elimination Chamber. But Liv Morgan was my backup pick. But I did want Alexa Bliss to win the Women's Elimination Chamber. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. Bianca won it. So, Bianca won the Women's Elimination Chamber, although I didn't want her to. You know what I'm saying? So, she earned her ticket to WrestleMania 41. You know? Like I said, I didn't want Bianca to win. I wanted either Alexa Bliss or Liv Morgan to win, but I more so wanted Alexa Bliss to win. And Liv Morgan was my backup pick. But unfortunately, neither one of them didn't win. And yeah, I was mad. I was mad because Bianca won. But I got to be honest. Bianca won at WrestleMania. Bianca won at the Women's Elimination Chamber. And she rightfully earned her ticket to WrestleMania 41. So like I said, I wanted Alexa Bliss and Liv Morgan to win, but I also wanted Alexa Bliss to win. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. And I was mad about it. But Bianca won, and she earned her ticket to WrestleMania 41. So she done that, but Rhea still get added to the match. And wrestling fans turn on Bianca and want to ignore the obvious with Rhea Ripley being this whiny ass robotic crybaby signing contracts and shit, and she's not even in the damn match. You know what I'm saying? And we got Io on the other hand that wins the title because all of these dorks, you know what I'm saying, all these idiots in the IWC wrestling community wanted her to win the title from Rhea so damn bad, which is it made no sense. It made 0 sense. And now they done set Io Sky up to lose the title at WrestleMania and take the pin from, you know what I'm saying, Bianca Belair or possibly Rhea Ripley. I more so see Bianca pinning Io Sky as much as I hated to say that shit. Because I'm a fan of Io Sky. Io Sky is one of my favorite female wrestlers too. So it's either she's going to take the pinfall from Bianca Belair or it's going to be Rhea Ripley. And if Rhea Ripley wins the title back at WrestleMania, I'm just going to shake my head. That's all. That's all I'm going to do. Won the feud to begin with. She shouldn't have won that title back from Liv Morgan to begin with. She shouldn't have won that feud and won that title back from Liv Morgan to begin with. Liv Morgan carried her through that damn feud and made her relevant. Who the fuck was Rhea Ripley feuding with when she was the Women's World Champion? Hell, they had to bring Nia Jax over from SmackDown, you know what I'm saying, to have a back and forth segment with. And they had another match at Saturday Night's Main Event for the title. But who the fuck was Rhea Ripley feuding with after that? She was a ghost holding that title. And now they just put together. Now Triple H just puts together a women's triple threat match that don't make that makes zero sense. Awful lazy booking. Awful lazy booking. Awful lazy booking. But like I said, Rhea Ripley has become privileged. She's become a Charlotte Flair 2.0. You know, fans don't turn on Bianca. Thing is, I'm not even a fan of Bianca, but I'm still calling out how it's fucked up the fans just turned on her like that. When y'all supposed to support her so much, y'all behind her so much, but because Rhea Ripley comes into the picture, y'all turn on her for Rhea Ripley and ignore the obvious with Rhea Ripley. It's okay to support whoever you want, but when you turn on a wrestler for another wrestler, that just shows that you were never a fan of them to begin with. So for all these wrestling fans that turned on Bianca, they won't never real fans of her, you know what I'm saying, begin with. Because what has Bianca done, you know what I'm saying, wrong in this segment? Like what you know what I'm saying, what exactly has, you know what I'm saying, Bianca done wrong in this segment? What has she done wrong in this segment? Nothing. All she's been doing was the right thing. Just like when she was the special guest referee, she called it right down the middle, and what happened? Rhea Ripley pushed her over the edge. Well, I'm not going to say, well, no, it was mainly Rhea Ripley that pushed her over the edge because she was doing her job. Now, when Io Sky hit her, yeah, I understand Bianca getting fed up and just, you know what I'm saying, sweep the match out. No, nobody wins. She disqualified. She got tired of getting hit in that match. I can't blame Bianca for that. And she just, you know what I'm saying, she just disqualified both of them. You know what I'm saying? She disqualified, you know what I'm saying, both of them. She had every right to do that. I understand. But who pushed her over the edge in that match? It was Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley pushed her over the edge. She put her hands on her. When she was doing the job, Rhea Ripley put her hands on her. So what has Bianca done wrong? What did Bianca do wrong? Nothing. So yeah, man, you know, these wrestling fans are a trip, man. A lot of these wrestling fans are something else. So now Rhea Ripley is added to the match that had nothing to do with her. But like I said, so back to Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair. Tiffany Stratton needs to retain without a shadow of a doubt. Charlotte Flair don't need to win nothing. She won the title. What the fuck we gonna see again? The same damn feud being seen over and over. People keep talking about. And somebody said Tiffany Stratton doesn't need to win the title. Charlotte Flair needs to win the title because Tiffany Stratton is not ready. And saying that they can book another feud with Charlotte Flair versus Becky for the winner title. How many fucking times have we seen that damn feud? How many times have we seen that feud? A million times. Damn near a million times. We've seen that feud of Charlotte versus Becky Lynch multiple times. Why the fuck we need to see that feud again for? What, Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley for the women's world title? Another damn feud we done seen before. So how the fuck is Tiffany Stratton not ready? How the fuck is she not, know what I'm saying, ready? She made an NXT Women's Championship prestigious, and that's a whole fact. That's a whole fact. And she reached 100 days, although she could have kept it longer than that. And I've seen and I've gotten hated on for being a massive Tiffany Stratton fan. Oh yeah, yes sir, yes. I've gotten hated on by a few wrestling fans for being a I got hated on by I got hated on by a couple of wrestling fans by being a huge fan of Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton is arguably talented. She's arguably one of the most talented female wrestlers in the women's division today. And that's a whole fact. Her talent definitely cannot be denied. I can't take this. I can't take this sun, man. Damn it. I can stand up. The sun right in my eyes. Blind the fuck out of them. But, you know, the hate. To me, the Tiffany Stratton hate is fucking weird. It's weird. The Tiffany Stratton hate is weird. Now, for all the promos, I will say she got a little improvement to do on that. She needed to improve on that, but she's actually gotten a little better. Because like I said, she cooked Charlotte Flair in the last promo segment they had on SmackDown in the ring. She actually cooked her ass. She didn't hold back this time. I ain't even gonna say she didn't hold back. This time, she came at it with that killer instinct. She was throwing major blows at her, and like I said, she cooked Charlotte Flair so down, you know what I'm saying, bad. The crowd overbooed Charlotte. The crowd overbooed Charlotte, didn't give a shit what she had to say. So that says it all right there. So when people say that promo segment was you know what I'm saying, garbage, disgrace, and both women, you know what I'm saying, they're saying that their promos was whack, this, and that, the third bullshit. I call bullshit on that because Charlotte Flair is the one who got overbooed and the crowd was cheering Tiffany Stratton when she was cooking Charlotte Flair. So these other fans can say otherwise all the fuck they want to, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, Tiffany Stratton, you know, because like I said, Charlotte Flair is the one that got overbooed by the crowd. Like, you know what I'm saying? Charlotte Flair is the one that got overbooed by the crowd. And you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Charlotte Flair is the one that got overbooed by the crowd because Tiffany Stratton cooked Charlotte Flair. She cooked it so damn bad, you know what I'm saying? The crowd didn't give a shit what Charlotte Flair had to say. So all these wrestling fans saying the promo, you know what I'm saying, that segment was a disgrace, this and that and the third, and both of their promos was garbage. Miss me with that bullshit. Because Tiffany Stratton is the one that cooked Charlotte Flair this time. Lay me on. Charlotte Flair's the damn one who got overbooed. So how the fuck was the promo? So how the fuck that segment was a disgrace? And both women's promos were terrible. When Charlotte Flair is the one who got overbooed and Tiffany Stratton got cheered by the crowd. So these they can say otherwise all the fuck they want to. They can say otherwise all they want to. Tiffany Stratton won this second promo, you know what I'm saying, by far. She won it by far. And all this bullshit about she's not ready, and all this bullshit about Charlotte Flair needs to retain at WrestleMania because Tiffany Stratton is not ready to be a women's world champion. Get the fuck out of here with that. Prestigious. And she's damn sure ready to be a women's world champion on the main roster for sure. Tiffany Stratton loses the title to Charlotte at WrestleMania. Tiffany Stratton gets buried. What the fuck, you know what I'm saying, makes you think I want to see that, you know what I'm saying, happen to her? Hell no. But like I said, if Charlotte Flair wins the title at WrestleMania, that just proves my point once again about Charlotte Flair. That just proves my point once again about Ric Flair Jr. That's all it does. Then what the fuck they gonna do? Put Tiffany Stratton back to the mid-card stage and win the Women's United States Championship, and we get another damn feud possibly with Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch or some shit like that. Wait for Becky Lynch to turn, and then we get another feud with Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair for the title, and they play hot potato with the damn title probably. Becky went from Charlotte, then so months down the line, they keep the feud going just like they did with Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley until Charlotte Flair wins it back and then move on like they always do. So tell me if I'm telling lies. Because when Becky Lynch won that title from Charlotte Flair at Hell in a Cell 8 years ago, we kept saying Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair over and over until the, you know what I'm saying, SmackDown Women's Division got fed up and finally called Paige out on her shit. And finally called Paige out and let it be, and you know what I'm saying, let it be known they are sick of Charlotte Flair getting shoved down their throats, and no other female wrestler not getting a title opportunity except Charlotte Flair. Even Becky Lynch got sick of Charlotte. But this is what Vince McMahon booked. But the women's division come out and the women's division came out and finally the women's division got fed up and finally came out. They all came out together. Mandy Rose and Naomi came out first and called that shit about Charlotte Flair getting shoved, you know what I'm saying, down their throats. Then the whole down SmackDown women's division came out and called the same shit out. They said the same damn thing. They're sick of Charlotte Flair getting shoved down their throats, and none of them not getting no title opportunities against Becky Lynch. And Paige had to change the stipulation and make Charlotte Flair get in line. Although she still didn't start the title picture. Every time I used to get sick of looking at her ass. I used to get sick of looking at her. I used to get sick of looking at her. Just like when Oscar won the title, and Oscar and Carmella wanted to face off for the title. Here comes Charlotte Flair in the back. Here comes Charlotte Flair. Here she comes. So like I said, if Charlotte Flair wins that title from Tiffany Stratton, if Charlotte Flair wins that title from Tiffany Stratton at WrestleMania, that just proves my point once again. I'm going to just shake my damn head. I ain't going to get mad at your temperature because it's a waste of fucking energy. Because she's still going to get handed everything on the silver platter, whether she deserved it or not. So like I said, Tiffany Stratton needs to retain. She needs to retain. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So if Tiffany Stratton lose the title, if Tiffany Stratton loses the title to Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania, she gets buried. She gets buried. Only one way to put that shit. She gets buried. But see, when people like me tell the truth, I'm hating on her. I'm bitching. This, that, the third, whoop-de-whoop. Miss me with that shit. It's a difference between complaining and bitching and just telling the flat out truth about somebody. And I tell the truth. Tiffany right now is at the damn tippy top. So why does she need to drop the title to Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania? Somebody who has been champion multiple times, whether they deserved it or not. If anybody deserves to win at WrestleMania, it's arguably Tiffany Stratton. It's you know what I'm saying? It's arguably Tiffany Stratton in my book. Just like when Charlotte Flair returned and Ronda Rousey was the champion. What the fuck happened? Booked a title opportunity right there, won the title from Ronda Rousey. You know what I'm saying? Ronda Rousey took a steaming diarrhea on Liv Morgan's cash in. She took a steaming diarrhea on Liv Morgan's cash in a couple of years ago. Just comebacks and nags Ronda Rousey for a title match, and she wins it. She's booked to win the damn title. But see, when people like me tell the truth, I'm the biggest Charlotte Flair hater in the damn world, right? When I tell the truth about Charlotte, when people like me tell the truth about Charlotte, I'm the biggest Charlotte Flair hater in the damn world. I'm the biggest Charlotte Flair hater in the damn world. Just like a YouTube, I ain't gonna say his name. Me and him had it out before though. And not because of Charlotte Flair, it was over something else. But he's a Charlotte Flair fan. And talk about people that's not a fan of Charlotte Flair or whatever. We hate greatness. We hate greatness. People like me tell the truth about Charlotte Flair. You know what I'm saying? We hate greatness. The ones like me hate greatness. When the fuck did I say Charlotte Flair couldn't wrestle? When did I say Charlotte Flair? See, that's the thing, how sensitive a lot of these Charlotte Flair fans are. You say you're not a fan of Charlotte, and you point out the obvious about her. Then they say you hate greatness, you're hating on her. You hating on her, you know what I'm saying? Want to say she can wrestle, saying you hating on her because she can wrestle, this and that, the third, saying, you know, like I said, they say the ones like me hate greatness. I didn't say shit about her in-ring ability. And neither did nobody else. But that's the thing, when we tell the truth about Charlotte Flair and call out the obvious, we hate greatness. Listen, I said before and I say it again. Can Charlotte Flair wrestle? Yes. Hell yeah, absolutely. Charlotte Flair ring talent definitely can't be denied. I give her that. But does that mean she has to get shoved down our throats 24/7? And people don't give me that shit. She gets opportunity after opportunity because she's a great wrestler. There are plenty of great wrestlers on the main roster besides Charlotte. So miss me with that shit. Miss me with that. It's just an excuse that they use because they're Charlotte Flair simps. I'm gonna just put it like that. They are Charlotte Flair simps. A bunch of damn Charlotte Flair fanboys, a bunch of Charlotte Flair stans, a bunch of Charlotte Flair simps. So that's why they'll say that. Like they're not other great female wrestlers on the, know what I'm saying, women's roster besides, know what I'm saying, Charlotte. Like I said, miss me with that shit. They act like there's not other, know what I'm saying, know what I'm saying, great, know what I'm saying, they act like, know what I'm saying, they act like there's not other great female wrestlers on the main roster besides, know what I'm saying, Charlotte. There are plenty of great female wrestlers on the main roster besides Charlotte. But like I said, when the ones like me tell the truth and point out the obvious about Charlotte, I hate greatness. But I never fucking said she couldn't, know what I'm saying, wrestle. I never said that. Yeah, I'll say this, and I say again, her ring talent, her ring ability, her ring ability can't be denied. Yeah, true that. But does that mean she had to get shoved down our throats 24/7 as the women's world champion? Hell no, absolutely not, because it's not fair to the other female wrestlers that that busts their ass in the ring day in and day out to earn a title opportunity. Champion, the Women's United States champion, or the Women's Tag Team champion. Whichever title. And I've seen a lot of female wrestlers get held back. I've seen a lot of female, you know what I'm saying, wrestlers get held back. So if Tiffany Stratton doesn't retain the title at WrestleMania, like I said, that just proves my point. That just proves my point about Ric Flair Jr. If she doesn't win the title at WrestleMania, that just proves my point. I'm gonna just shake my damn head. I'm gonna just shaking my head. I'm gonna just shaking my head. And they're gonna get mad and get all riled up. Like I said, it's a waste of fucking energy. Wasting energy. But best believe I got a live video coming about WrestleMania 41. So everybody that's watching, don't miss out. Little kiss at a Red Robin. Means good luck. So yeah, man, I mean, so like I said, if Charlotte Flair win the title at WrestleMania, it just proves my point. I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to hear shit that she can't help the way she's booked. Yes, I know that. I know that, but once again, does that mean she had to get shoved down our throats as women's world champion 24/7? Hogging all the opportunities from other female wrestlers that deserves a chance at the title. That busted their ass day in and day out, doing all the hard work. Going through all the hoops to do the right thing like Liv Morgan did, and she got fucked over every single time when Vince was in charge. But when Vince stepped down and Triple H stepped up, she did eventually win the title, all the one but for fucking 98 days. All the one for fucking 98 days. She could have kept it longer than that. The second time her title run was over 200 days, but still, she still shouldn't have fucking lost that feud. Like I said, she didn't even get the chance to make new feuds for the female wrestlers, which was complete, you know what I'm saying, fucking bullshit. She didn't even get a chance to make new feud for the. She didn't even get a chance to make new feud for the female wrestlers, which is, you know what I'm saying, was complete, you know what I'm saying, bullshit. Didn't even get the chance to make new feud for the female wrestlers, which is what's complete. So she didn't even get a chance to make the feud for the female wrestlers, which is what's complete bullshit. Tell me if I'm telling lies. Everything I'm saying is spot on right now. Everything. But there's some of that are gonna still disagree, and some try to talk shit. But that's fine. Like I said, it's cute. It's cute. It's cute. It's cute. It's cute. Yeah, people love to ignore the obvious with Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair. They love to ignore the obvious. They love to ignore the obvious with Becky Lynch and Mercedes Moné too. They love to ignore the obvious with those four. They love to ignore the obvious, which is what makes them very shallow. Just like Asuka got screwed at Extreme Rules 3 years ago, and Sasha Banks, you know what I'm saying, stole the Raw Women's Championship because I said it before and I'm gonna say it again. The referee was knocked out. How the fuck Becky Lynch can come into the match and put on the referee shirt and put Sasha Banks on top of Asuka and count 1, 2, 3 and force the ring announcer to ring the bell, and Sasha Banks get crowned as a new Raw Women's champion, a double champion. And the referee wasn't even in the match. And at the time then, this was when I was a fan of Sasha Banks actually. But Oscar's one of my favorites too, and I like know what I'm saying. And I've always liked Oscar better than Sasha Banks. So when that shit happened, when Oscar got robbed like that, and Sasha Banks stole that Roman championship, because Bailey came into the match and pulling the referee shirt and put Sasha Banks on top of Oscar and count 1, 2, 3 and forced the ring announcer to ring the damn bell. I couldn't support Sasha Banks' title run because that was pure robbery. Oscar got robbed. And at that time, like I said, I was a fan of Sasha Banks, but know what I'm saying? I like Oscar better. Oscar was my favorite female wrestler, so like I said, I like Oscar better. But Oscar got robbed. Oscar got robbed. And like I said, let the shoe would have been on the other foot. And that was Sasha Banks that got robbed like that. See, then it would have been a complete uproar. Let the shoe would have been on the other foot, and Sasha Banks got robbed like that. Oscar spit missing the referee eyes, and the referee knocked out. And let's say Kairi Sane come from behind and hit Bailey from behind, knock her out, and come in the ring and lay out Sasha Banks and put Oscar on top of her. And she puts on the referee shirt and put Oscar on top of Sasha Banks and count 1, 2, 3 and force the ring announcer to ring the bell, and Oscar's crowned as a new Raw women's champion. You know what I'm saying? And also won half of the women's tag team championship with Kairi Sane, and Kairi Sane was the SmackDown women's champion. Man, it would have been a complete fucking uproar. It would have been a complete uproar. It would have been a complete uproar. They would have been calling WWE racist everything, hashtag, and you know what I'm saying, justice for Sasha Banks, WWE, all that shit. You name it, that's what the fuck they would have did. But it was okay. But it was okay for Sasha Banks to do that shit. See, that's what I mean. That's what, because that's your favoritism. They ignored the obvious. Now I just said to my damn self, when Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross became a tag team a long time ago on SmackDown, and Vince McMahon booked Nikki Cross. No, a long time ago when Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross became a tag team on SmackDown, Nikki Cross won a title opportunity for Alexa Bliss. And Alexa Bliss was the person to face Bailey at SmackDown. Face Bailey at, I think, was it Extreme Rules? Anyway, Alexa Bliss faced Bailey I think at Extreme Rules for the Women's World, for the SmackDown Women's Championship with Nikki Cross in her corner. So I said, no, hell no. Nah, that's fucked up. Nah, man, that shouldn't have done Nikki Cross like that. And you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I do like Alexa Bliss better than Nikki Cross. You know, so Alexa Bliss is my top favorite female wrestler, but that shit wasn't fair. That wasn't fair to do Nikki Cross like that. So I was like, nah, man, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. Nah, so I don't want Alexa Bliss to win the title. Nah, Alexa Bliss don't need to win it. Because if she wins, that's going to be fucked up. That's going to be fucked up for Nikki Cross because she's the one who won a title opportunity. So it needs to be her facing Bailey for the title instead of Alexa Bliss. Sorry. And then that would have made Alexa Bliss another Charlotte Flair for sure. And it wouldn't have been shit I could say. So I'm glad Alexa Bliss didn't win the title and Bailey retained. Because that wouldn't have been fair at all. And I would have had to call out the obvious. As much as I love Alexa Bliss. Definitely Alexa Bliss #1 fan, but if that would have happened, like I said, I would have had to call out the obvious. Because that wouldn't have been fair to Nikki Cross. Although I like Alexa Bliss better, you know what I'm saying, I still would have had to call out, you know what I'm saying, the obvious. I would have had to, you know what I'm saying, call out the obvious, because that wouldn't have been fair to Nikki Cross. So it's a good thing that Bailey retained. Well, I don't want to see Alexa Bliss getting handed anything. She earned it like she always do. So as you can see, I'm a very fair-minded wrestling fan. I'm very open and honest, and I speak the truth, whether if it's my favorite or not. I don't show favoritism. I don't ignore the obvious. That only makes me a hypocrite. But wrestling fans love to ignore the obvious with Charlotte Flair. Wrestling fans love to ignore the obvious with Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, and Mercedes Moné. They love to ignore the obvious with those four. But if it was them getting done like that, they'll have a whole lot to say. They'll have a whole lot to say. But it's okay for them to be selfish and do other female wrestlers like that. It's okay for them to do other wrestlers like that. So yeah, man. So like I said, Tiffany needs to retain. She needs to retain. And hopefully she moves on from Charlotte. She moves on. This feud don't continue. She moves on. She rightfully moves on. And make new feuds with other female wrestlers for that title. Chelsea Green, she's one of my favorite female wrestlers too. Now imagine if we could get Tiffany Stratton versus Chelsea Green champion versus champion match. That'll be a great match. This is why I say Tiffany Stratton needs to retain against Charlotte Flair and move on. If they want to give Charlotte Flair a rubber match, okay, fine. But then again, like I said, if they want to give Charlotte Flair a rubber match, fine, which I already know that they're going to do that. But Tiffany Stratton needs to retain. But I'm not 100% sure about her retaining against Charlotte the second damn time. We know when Charlotte Flair wins the title the second time, with Charlotte Flair wrestle for the title for the second time, she always wins it. So I don't know if Tiffany Stratton is getting that far. But she should. She should. And move on from Charlotte Flair and make new feuds for the female wrestlers. Like Chelsea Green. You know what I'm saying? Jade Cargill. Even Naomi. Female wrestlers like that. I do know Jade Cargill and Naomi is in a heated feud right now. So she probably gonna have to wait on that. But yeah, she move on to make new feuds with female wrestlers like Chelsea Green and people like that. Especially Chelsea Green. Imagine we could get a champion versus champion match. That'd be great. Because Tiffany Stratton and Chelsea Green are two of my favorite female wrestlers, but I like Tiffany Stratton better. But that would be a great that would be a great, you know what I'm saying, women's champion versus women's champion match. That would be a great champion versus champion match. So I hope Tiffany retains, man. I hope she retains and she moves on. And I hope Tiffany Stratton retains and she'll be the first to move on from Charlotte and make the feud with other female wrestlers. So with that being said, man, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna go ahead and shut this thing down. Thanks for y'all commenting and all that. So with that being said, it's your boy Hitman D. I'm gonna sign out.